Hi, I am calling to order the February 16th meeting of the Beaver Dam Lake Protection and Rehabilitation District Resident Advisory Board at 7:02. And let's see, I just want to make sure we have our board members on tonight. Fred, I see you. Walter Bloss, thank you for joining us. Do we have Colette here yet? Not yet. I do see Kevin Boyle's iPhone on here as well. Kevin, is that you? Kevin, I think it's you, Kevin. I see Verizon Wireless iPhone Boyle. Is that you, Kevin? Yes? Or you can put it in the chat box if that's easier.
Oh, technology.
I know, right? Okay, Larry Weinberg. Are you on
can
this
see me,
evening?
right?
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Okay, did you forget anybody? I think that's all of us.
Our new
Alrighty.
honorary member.
Getting there, getting there. Alrighty, so if we could start with our pledge. Get started, ready? Pledge allegiance to the flag, the United States.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So much.
Great job,
Alrighty.
Margaret. Thank you for that.
Yes, thank you. Alrighty. So, do I have a motion to adopt the agenda? Ed, second. Larry, all in favor? Aye.
All right.
Beautiful. Okay,
Yes.
so
Yeah, Kevin, just before you start, Erica, Kevin texted, he is online. He said, if you check your text, he noted that he's online.
got it. Yes, thank you so much.
Okay.
Okay. Alrighty. So we can start tonight with just some administrative things. Just kind of as an FYI, our CSLAP application was sent in this week to continue that program, and that is the awesome water sampling program that Fred and his wife Molly and Kevin champion every year to collect some data on the water in our lake that can inform our lake health committee to make some decisions about some things that we can do. So that application's been sent in, and we will continue that program through NYSFOLA, which is the New York State Federation of Lake Associations. So we look forward to continuing to be a member of that and to continue to do our sampling of our lake water to learn about the excess nutrients, the clarity, and some of the other data. If you want to see reports of CSLAP's past, you can find it on our website, and I can put that in the YouTube show notes, or you can simply Google Beaver Dam Lake, Orange County, New York, and our website will come up, and you can see all of our old CSLAP results, so you can kind of get an idea of what some of that data that we collect is. So we have a continuation of that. Fred, do you have anything to add to that?
Just that the fact we're still waiting for this year's data to come in, and Nancy Muller from NYSFOLA indicates it'll probably be close to springtime by the time it's all approved, and as soon as it does come in, I'll send it to the board.
Great, thank you so much. Righty, and then if I can move along to a brief dam update. Let's see, I'm sorry. If you come unmuted, I'm going to remute you. If you have anything to ask, pop it in the chat box for me. Just to give kind of a brief dam update, regular inspections and maintenance continue on the dam. Orange County DPW recently provided an update on some of the ongoing inspections and testing performed on the new dam structure. And during recent inspections, the DPW identified a wall leak of about 8 to 10 gallons per minute in an old section of the 24-inch drain line that was not part of the dam refurbishment scope. So this is part of the old construction. A dam engineering consultant was hired by DPW to further evaluate and determine the significance and see if any repairs are required, and if so, what our options are around that. We are expecting results within a month, and we are happy to provide those results as soon as we get them back, likely before the next meeting. We'll share any and all plans, recommendations, and results as soon as they become available to us. So we have a dam engineering consultant that's going to be looking at that. So we will provide any updates to you at the next meeting or as soon as we have them. Board members, do you have any additions to that?
Yeah, Erica, just the only thing I would add is that until we get the engineering report back, our goal originally was to start moving forward with plans to restock the lake with fish. I'm still going to move forward with the companies that are the hatcheries for the fish, but we're not going to actually press the button to start restocking until we finalize what the plan is with that.
Great, thank you so much. Alrighty, so that is our dam update. So after the last election, we have a vacant New Windsor seat at this time. And to that end, we have the option as the board of appointing somebody from that part of the district to fill the seat for the remainder of the year. And then if they so chose, they could run again in December for the remaining balance of the 2 years of that seat. So we have an awesome already volunteers for the Lake Health Committee, a volunteer here in New Windsor, Chris Dunn, he's on the call. Welcome. If you don't know Chris, he is awesome. He's been participatory in some of our calls with Northeast Aquatics. He has been very in the loop about some of the decisions being made around our lake health. So we are very excited to consider him for appointment to the board for the remaining balance of the New Windsor seat. So do I have a motion to appoint Chris Dunn?
Absolutely.
I do.
Okay. Walter, second. Fred, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Beautiful. All opposed?
I think one thing I need to make known is Chris also teaches at my ex-elementary school in Yonkers. That
Hey, we
I
don't-
attended with Abraham Lincoln.
Thank you. So welcome aboard, Chris.
Oh, thank you. It's great to be asked.
And I will avoid putting you on the spot, but your homework for next time is to create a little biography so you can tell folks in our community a little bit more about yourself.
No problem. Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Thanks for joining us, Chris.
Thank you.
Alrighty. Update from Lake Health Committee. Walter?
Just to circle back, just touch on it again, the fish restocking, we're going to hold off on until we know a final report from the engineering firm for the 24-inch line. And the only other thing on that, relative to lake health, we're always looking for what are inputs into the lake. And as many have noticed, there's a large section of the lake which is not freezing over on the west side of the lake. I went over on the the residents' property. They allowed me to come onto their property to take a look at it. It turns out there's a natural flowing stream coming across the property. I traced it back across the lake road and up the road, and I followed up into the woods about 150 yards. It turns out there's an old, probably 150-year-old natural spring house up there in the woods. It's an underground spring that's just flowing out of that into the lake. So originally I was concerned about a new input into the lake from a contaminated source, but it is coming from an underground spring, which is why that section of the lake is not freezing. That is it, pending any questions.
Great, thank you so much.
Which I'm sure Tom Corral knew about a long time ago before me.
Great, thank you. So I want to just show folks a little reminder here. And I am hoping that I'm preaching to the choir a little bit here, but I did just want to share this just to be really clear about it. Our policy about motorized vehicles on the lake bed and kind of what that looks like in terms of the law, and give the full explanation for it, because I've heard a lot of debate. We should be able to, we shouldn't be able to. So I did want to share the specific law that exists around it, so folks can get an idea of kind of where that comes from, and that it's not just kind of something ambiguous that we're putting out there. So snowmobiles and quads are prohibited on the ice and are included in the list of things not allowed on the lake. So I can show you specifically. Share my screen here. So here is specifically the Orange County Local Law 8 of 1991. It really clearly outlines that the rules shall pertain to all boats, canoes, windsurfers, ice boats, and then specifies ATVs or quads and snowmobiles. And then it goes on to include liquid or frozen lake surface of Beaver Dam Lake, and shall hereinafter be referred to as boats. So when this policy is talking about boats, it is including, in fact, quads, ATVs, snowmobiles. And it goes on to say only boats powered by wind, hand, or electric trawling motors shall be permitted on the liquid surface of Beaver Dam Lake. So quads and snowmobiles not permitted on Beaver Dam Lake per county law. And it is punishable by up to $500 fine and up to 90 days in jail. So just to make it really clear, let's see. These quads and motorized vehicles on the lake are none of the people on this meeting. So how do we make sure everyone gets this notification, perhaps via email? I have sent it out via email. I will send it out again. If you see it and you feel that it's especially dangerous, please contact your police department. They're familiar with the fact that this is going on. The board has been in constant communication with them about the fact that this has been going on. Not only is it illegal, but it's incredibly dangerous. And there are parts of the lake, as Wally pointed out, that aren't frozen. So it is deep concern of mine. I plan to get this out as much as I can. I'm going to share it on whatever social media I can share it out on. I'm going to send it out via email again. And I know that the local PD has been really active in trying to prevent this. So just know that there is a fine, potential jail time associated with it, and it is a county law. 10.3 states liquid surface quads are on ice, not liquid. Again, go back and look at it, and it actually specifies frozen surfaces of the lake.
And can we mention also that that law is from 1991 and it's not like 5 years ago? It's been around for a while.
Yeah, it's not a new law.
Yeah.
Good addition, thanks. Yeah. And back to Neil's question. Neil, the individuals who are observed on the lake, the police actually took some time out of their day and whatever and paid them a special visit and coached them appropriately about, so they're very aware of it, the particular individuals that are out there. A good question, Neil, thank you. In addition to that, the other part is, Erica said it's incredibly dangerous. They probably went within 20 feet of the unfrozen section today, screaming across the lake right next to it, trying to, I guess, challenge it, see what can go on. It's you want to be foolish, that's one thing, but if you're also going to risk other people, that's another. And if you do fall in the lake, it puts the rescuers at risk trying to go in the water to try to save you. So not really a great idea. That's it.
Thank you. So staying on the topic of ice safety, guys, it's supposed to be 60 degrees here the next 2 days. I've had several reminders go out via email. I'm trying to get it out any way I can. Again, I'm preaching to the choir. We don't measure the ice, so you're responsible for your own safety around it. Every day it changes, every area changes. We were lucky enough, and I'll talk about it in a couple minutes, to be able to offer a really fun ice skating event for adults, kids, residents. We had a great time at the ice skating event. We were able to go out. We measured the ice just in the area at Reserve 4. We put out communication, rapidly turned it around. We had some amazing volunteers come and shovel off the ice so that the kids could come and skate. And we had some longtime residents. It was a fantastic time. We had about 30 plus folks. What'd you say, Fred?
Great hot chocolate also.
there was cocoa and coffee, and it was really, really nice. We had a great turnout of residents. I noticed the same day there was kind of like a hockey game going on in another area of the lake. So it's great to see people out there, but I am deeply concerned about the safety of the lake as we especially get into the warmer months. So please be ice smart. I've sent out a couple of emails with resources for how to test the ice and know that you're being safe. Please just give them a click. I know I learned some things when I read it. I hope you will too. Please be safe on the ice and have some awareness about how thick it is where you are when you're out there. And again, the next 2 days are going to be 60 degrees, probably not a great time to be out. So thank you again so much to all the volunteers who came and shoveled and removed all of the 5 inches of snow that we had from the ice. We have a big rink down at Reserve 4. It was wonderful. Thank you, Tom Lark, especially, who was our hired county maintenance worker who helped us to get all that shoveled off on a Saturday to make it available to residents on a Sunday to have fun. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Alrighty. Okay. Board members, I had another resident reach out requesting space at the community building, and this is a resident only exercise club. They want to, they're asking to have code for the building to meet at the building and use the bathroom when they start and finish their walks. Again, these are residents only, and they said that potentially in the future they might open the building and just have some coffee before they start their walks. No exercise would be taking place in the building. It's just a meeting up spot. So because this is resident, it's not a private event. It's open to all residents. I can share the information out in case more residents wish to join their club. Is there any opposition or thoughts that this might be in violation of bylaws, or how do we feel about allowing the use of the space for this purpose?
Yeah, well, technically, they're not using the building for any function, so that's not a problem. If they park in the parking lot, as long as they have stickers on the cars, that's totally in compliance with all the rules and regulations. So I have no objections at all.
Yeah, again, any community building events and anything we can do to foster that, down home feel and get everybody together, I'm always positive on that. So I would like the information to go out so that as many people as possible who might want to participate will at least have that opportunity as well. So I'm all for it.
Great. They don't have a set schedule just yet, but they're going to work on it and submit it to us, so we would have some idea of when they would be there and using the building. So if there are any concerns or issues, please let me know now.
No, I'm good on it.
Okay. Great. All right.
I'm okay with it all.
And the last item I have is kind of the forum. So I wanted to bring up a correspondence that I got earlier this month. Certainly not an easy topic to talk about. I had a couple of residents notice that a racial slur was written on the ice in the snow of the lake. We were able to identify the young teenagers responsible for it, 12, 13-year-old teenagers responsible for it. We contacted families, and we also talked to local law enforcement just to make them aware that it happened. It did happen overnight out on the ice. Again, a huge safety concern also, but I did want to address it because it's not something that is accepted or believed here in our community. It hurt a lot of people to see it, and I just want it to be clear that it is in no way acceptable. As soon as it was noticed, it was immediately not just corrected, but replaced with more encouraging speech. And we hope that those who didn't understand that words do matter, and we will continue to move forward as a community, knowing that all of our residents are welcome here. Does any board member have anything to add to that?
You might have mentioned this, but were the parents notified?
Absolutely, the parents were notified. Well, thank you so much for that. Are there any other board member concerns, questions, comments?
Yeah, there's one other comment from Lee, if we want to address that, about frozen part is only for the definition of the boats and not for the kind of boats that are permitted.
Okay, well,
No, I'll field that. Yeah, Lee, in section 10 of the local law 1991, basically basically section 10 talks about boats, canoes, windsurfers, ice boats, or other objects. And it clearly states that these rules and regulations shall pertain to all boats, canoes, windsurfers, ice boats, ATVs, and such. And it is applicable to both liquid or frozen lake surface. So I think section 10 clearly applies to all, if that addresses the question.
any other board member questions and comments before we move on to resident forum?
Doing great.
No? All right. So if you have any questions or comments, please pop them in the chat box. It's usually the easiest way to go about it. Okay, Lee, I can look more into the law for you. Or you're welcome to call local law enforcement and see how they interpret that law. But I interpret it, and I believe that it is interpreted by them as don't ride your snowmobile or your ATV on the lake. It's gas powered and it's dangerous. Any other questions, comments, residents? Seeing none, we are fastest meeting ever, 24 minutes.
Must be me.
You got another comment there, Erica?
For the use of the clubhouse, we probably have guidance for liability coverage under usage. Yeah, specifically for residents, you have to get in writing from administrative head that you're able to use it, which we do with the board here. There are some rules in our bylaws that you can see on the website about specifically what's required to use the clubhouse, and it's really specific against renting or use for private events that aren't open to all residents right now. That being said, we right now I think just have one Scouts group using it, and they do have a certificate of liability insurance. We did have a knitting group, but the knitting group hasn't met in the new year yet. So we did have another request for a Boy Scout troop, and we asked for certificate of liability insurance. I think they're trying to get it still. So we have that out there too, but yes. Alrighty. Well, do I have a motion to adjourn? All right. So we are adjourning at 7:25. Thank you guys so much for joining us, and we will see you next month. Have a great night, guys.
Thank you. Have a good night.